A mother had to turn her 12-year-old son in today when she recognized his picture on the news for attempting to carjack an off-duty security guard, which ended up the person that was with him ended up getting fatally shot by that off-duty security guard. They both approached the car, went and they dipped. One teenager went for the passenger side and the other one for the driver's side. Opened the door, told him, you know what this is, get out the car. And shortly after that, shots was fired. One of them ended up dead, and the other one fled the scene. Here's what happened.
A 12-year-old arrested in connection with that deadly attempted carjacking on D Street in the district faced a judge today. We've learned he's in custody because his mom turned him in. Fox 5 Stephanie Ramirez was in the courtroom today. Stephanie.
And Kenneth, this 12-year-old was ordered held in a secure juvenile facility by the judge involved. It was also explained to court that this 12-year-old could have been the driver if this suspected carjacking had actually been carried out. Now, there is not audio, but a detective testifying in court today had said that there is surveillance video that appears to show the two youths walking toward the vehicle involved. They apparently have some kind of conversation, and that's when the detective said that the two were seen, both of them, placing their right hand around their waistband area. Then the detective says they continue to approach the car, the 13-year-old opening the passenger side door. The 12-year-old recently arrested, we're told, went around, opened the driver's side door, and apparently said something using a curse word to the effect of, "Get out, you know what this is." That's when we know afterward that the off-duty officer involved, a federal security officer, got out of the vehicle and fired shortly after that. In seconds, a 13-year-old killed. And
here's the thing. When we out here, it's hard to feel sorry for us when you see us out here and they can use all the videos that we post of ourselves to justify that we are animals. We got a 9-year-old rapping about killing, sliding, getting his dick sucked. You see videos of little kids waving guns around, smoking blunts. We constantly dehumanize ourselves. So when you hear a 13-year-old black male got killed, nothing. Don't even bat an eye. It's regular. They're animals because that's the way we portray ourselves. Unfortunately, a lot of the young men and women out here don't realize that they have other choices other than to take. I'm not going to make no excuses for this bad behavior. It's sad that somebody lost their life, but it still don't justify the behavior. You know, what if they did have guns? Because from what I understand, they didn't find any guns, so they was bluffing, and they bluffed, and they fucked around and found out one of them lost their life. And the thing is, the person who alive, he's the only one left to tell a story. So he could say whatever the case may be. But then that's why you can't play these games. These kids need to be out here being kids, getting summer jobs and stuff like that, doing their homework, getting ready for a test, playing a sport, not out here attempting carjacking people, breaking and entering. Like, it's crazy that this is on a rise everywhere, especially through Baltimore, Maryland. And I'm pretty sure in other states, but it's high, it's spiked, and it's all young kids stealing cars, carjacking.
We learned a lot more about the background of what's going on here. Mom apparently contacted police yesterday as soon as she recognized her 12-year-old son in the suspect photo issued by police. This is her son's first time in the D.C. court system. A significant moment also came after the youth was asked his birth date and age, telling the magistrate judge he is 13, only for a court official to later say he's actually 12.
That's crazy. And mom probably did everything she could do. One thing about when a woman is raising a son, because I'm pretty sure dad is not in the picture. But when a woman is raising a son, that's the equivalent of somebody getting a pet lion as a cub. And it's all cute when it's young, but it's going to grow up and be bigger than you and stronger than you and eventually run over top of you. And it's sad that mom had to turn in her son and she did the right thing. But it's sad that it got to the point to somebody could have got hurt. And matter of fact, somebody lost their life. And it is, you got to get to the root of the problem. The problem is family. There is none. There's mom. There's dad. They're not together. Or if they is together, it's some crazy abusive shit. We got to do better as adults and bring these kids into this world, a better world. We need to plan. We need to lay everything out. Have a plan for your kid. All right, you're going to do this. You're going to do that. It's something that they can follow along or be good role models. And then the funny thing about it, all the kids look up is to all the trash culture, guns waving around, shooting, fucking hoes, sell these drugs, get high, no education. And a lot of these young men, he probably read on the 4th grade level. He was just in the 4th grade 3 years ago, if he passed. But we know they just shuffle these kids along because prisons are privately owned, is a business. So this from the public school to the prison pipeline, and they go in there. Companies invest in these private prisons, so you got the inmates in there doing the work for cheap. Boom, it's a business. Who benefits from the death, the murder, the destruction, the uneducated? It's a big business. We just gotta do better with these kids, man. It's sad that 12 years old. Like, I don't even remember being 12. Like, you should be at camp getting a shark merit badge for learning how to swim or starting a fire in the woods. And it's so much to life. And we're losing our life before it even starts. And we're getting ourselves together before it even, like, we already messed up. We coming into these situations. And it's just sad.
Wow was the judge's response. We do not know why he gave a correct answer. We also learned in court today that while doing well, now in a different school, the 12-year-old has concerning behavioral problems, dealing with anger issues. Since 5 years old, he allegedly started smoking marijuana at 11. He also allegedly said at intake that he knows where to get a gun.
See, it's always more underlying issues. It's not that, it's a lot of stuff, and it starts from home. He's having trouble in school. He's getting high, behavior issues. So who knows what he was exposed to by the adults in his life, getting high, fighting and drinking and whatever the case may be. And that's what I mean by we be bringing kids in this world messed up. Use contraceptives. Matter of fact, don't even have sex. It's a lot of different options that's out there, that been out there, so we won't have to bring kids in fucked up situations like that and unleash them on the world, and you wipe your hands with it. And this is no judge to the mom, because you only know what you know. And that's the thing about parenting. If mom is uneducated and unaware of the resources, what you think the kid gonna have? The apple don't fall too far from the tree in this case. So he been had underlying problems, and now he got of age where he could get a gun or act like he got a gun, and somebody lost their life.
How serious that comment is, but it was well noted in court that mom even contacted an area hospital trying to get her son help, not wanting him to be lost to DC's streets. It was around 10 o'clock at night Saturday when police say the 12 and 13-year-olds walked up to the off-duty federal officer security officer's vehicle, and that this was at around the 600 block of D Street Northwest. We're told that that officer was on the phone about to head into work at the time. And the officer told police that he believed this was an armed carjacking. Now, police...
And you know what? The dead man can't tell a story. They can't tell his side of the story. They could... He said they grabbed the door. They said the surveillance footage saying that they had a conversation and walked up to the car. And if they was pulled, it could have been a robbery. Same difference. It don't matter. But this man actually obviously had his hammer and it was ready. He paid attention. He seen him walking up to the car. And guess what time it was? It was 10 o'clock at night. It was 10 o'clock at night. So that means your kids should be at home getting ready. If you got young kids, teenagers, 11 o'clock, good night. 10 o'clock, they out prowling, plotting, trying to find a victim to take something from. And the end result ended up being death. In D.C., you got all kinds of police, federal, Homeland Security, the regular police, Maryland State Police, everything you think of. So the odds of you trying to carjack somebody and them being armed is high.
Found any guns connected to the 12 or the 13-year-old. The judge was saying in court that she didn't find substantial probability for the charge of armed carjacking, but did for carjacking, ordering the youth held at least until the next court appearance on Monday when So now everything is based on that surveillance footage and the word of that federal security guard. So they didn't give him armed because they didn't find a gun. So imagine that. They pump faked, went to this man's car, tried to get in the car, opened the door, and lost their life. And luckily, this juvenile is not being charged with felony murder.
And if you're not sure what felony murder is, that means that if you're in a commission of a crime and the police killed one of us and in the commission of that crime or somebody died, you'll get charged with it even though you didn't do it. And felony murder could give you life in prison. So they didn't bring that up. Yeah, we gotta do better. These kids are out here causing mayhem and havoc and ruining lives, taking lives. But y'all do have options. The first option, number one, regardless of your circumstances, see your way through. See your way through to the top. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Go to school. There's resources in school. There's counselors in school. They will get you the help you need. All you got to do is ask. Forget keeping up with the fad and trying to stay in style. Like, get it. That's the life of a teenager. But just work, get good grades, do the best you can, get tutoring, whatever. The school has resources if you ask. Stay away from drugs. Keep your head down and your nose clean. Trust me, it'll pay off. Be the nerd. It's okay to be the nerd. You'll have your life. Do your homework every day. Do extra work. Help out at the homeless shelter. It's a lot of different things you could do. Apply for a job when you're old enough. Work and go to school. Change your circumstances. Believe it or not, you have the power to change your circumstances. You don't always got to know how to bounce a ball. You don't always got to know how to rap. You don't always got to know how to catch a ball. It's a life out there for you if you try. You get into the trades. You could join the military. Guess what? You could join the police department. You become a firefighter. You could become a teacher and give back. There's so many different things you could do. But it takes work, hard work and dedication. But believe me when I tell you, you can do it. Don't let nobody tell you, no, forget all that, smoke this weed, pop this pill. No, you can do it. You can go out here and be successful. You can create something great for yourself. You are great. You are great. You can do it. If ain't nobody, I'm telling you, man, just get the right people around you and reach out for help if you need it. But this is not the way. You deserve a life. You deserve a chance.